Hey everyone, and welcome to the 30k Q&A video. I just want to say that before we start, if you feel sleepy at all or want to fall asleep just to the sound of me rambling, you're more than welcome to go ahead and do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. So I honestly didn't think we would get here this fast. I really never expected the channel to grow so quickly. I know these words have been said a lot from various different people, but I really didn't imagine myself having to say these kind of things. Thank you all so much for being a part of this community and helping the channel grow. You have no idea how much this means to me. I'm really thankful to everyone that watches my videos, subscribed, and just overall is here. And I can't thank the people enough who join my Discord and submit art. Those who do so are amazingly talented, and it always warms my heart to wake up or get on Discord and see that I've got a notification in the art channel. It's seriously amazing. And of course, those who go above and beyond and support me on Patreon, I seriously can't thank you enough as well. It's just amazing that people would support me and what I do, and thanks to them I'm able to upgrade my equipment and get new mics and continue to learn and use software. Again, to those who are just here and watch, I'm seriously grateful. Thank you so much. If you're an old viewer or a new one, just being here is enough support for me, and I'm genuinely so thankful for it all. But without further ado, let's move on to the questions. Because one thing I've always wanted to do is interact with you guys, and the only way I can really do that is through Discord. There's nothing really else besides my social media and the comments. That's really only it. So I'm really looking forward to doing this style of video. The first one is, hey, any tips for someone who wants to start a channel? Nice job, by the way, really helps me from weirds. For tips on starting a channel is just try and stay consistent as much as possible. I think people will slowly and gradually start to watch as they discover you, and consistency is one of the best things to do. You don't really need anything fancy. My first videos I recorded on my phone. I just used the phone mic, and there's lots of free software out there that you can edit your videos and do whatever it is you want to do. Like Audacity for editing audio, and there's plenty other video softwares that you can use that are definitely get the job done. So I really recommend just having a little look on YouTube about some free softwares you can use. But it's really your ambition to want to do something, and just be judgmental on your own stuff. That's how I find the best way to do it is. What is your biggest pet peeve? And congrats on 30k from Aura. Thank you, Aura. My biggest pet peeve, probably, you know when you put a fresh pair of socks on and then you somehow go into the bathroom for whatever reason, if you're brushing your teeth, and you step on a wet spot, or just stepping on a wet spot in general with socks on. That is one. That is a big one. And soggy feet. And another pet peeve, which is kind of selfish, but is when I order food or make food and someone else eats it from my plate. That really winds me up. Like, I'm more than happy to make extra food, but when it comes to sharing my own, I've become so selfish. It's so bad to say, but it's true. Okay. Did you think your channel would grow to be this big when you started 11? I never expected anything from YouTube. The content I make was generally for myself, for fun. I did it I still do it as a hobby. It's just something I always wanted to do on the bucket list. I used to make dumb little memes and audios and I'd share them with my friends in Messenger, and that was about the extent of content creation for me. But I would spend hours doing it, and I never really done anything more. And then one day I decided that I would do it. I just wanted to go ahead and do it. And it was a great decision. I love it. I hope you guys enjoy it too. 4th question. Do you simp for yourself? Yeah, boo. I mean, it's always great that you take care of yourself and love yourself first, right? So, if that counts, then definitely love yourself. Everyone should simp for themselves. Do you ever laugh while recording ASMR videos? I don't know how you do it without giggling. Kageyama. Not really. I think I laugh when I hear myself and I edit them. I used to anyway. It's horrible listening back to your own voice, especially when you're doing all lovey-dovey stuff. So that kind of makes me feel like I simp for myself when I hear myself say all these sweet things. But I don't think I giggle. I get nervous and I laugh if I watch other people. I usually like watching female artists because if I listen to the male ones, I usually compare myself. And it feels horrible to do. And you always think, oh, their content is so much better than what you're producing, so I tend to stay away from listening to other males just because of the confidence and stuff. I like to focus on my own thing and do what makes me feel comfortable. So, kind of laugh, but not really, not as much as you would think. Do you accidentally fall asleep during these, baby love? I don't fall asleep, but I put myself in a really sleepy mood, and you can probably hear it in my voice. When I go to do the style of like sleepy videos, I can really start to slow down my voice, and when I start to speak a certain way and try to get into the mindset, I can make myself feel sleepy. Do you have a dream collab from Fifi? Like I said, I don't really listen to many male artists, so there's not really a collab thing I've always had in mind. I thought about it because I know a few people do it, but the only person I can think of is Before Night Falls. I think that's his name. Before Night Falls. Because he was really nice, and I reached out to him during my demonetization to see if I can get some advice, and he's actually really nice about it. And even though I was kind of no one, he was more than happy to talk to me. So I thought that was really sweet. And I didn't expect that at all. So if I had to do one, I would probably do one with Night. Do you have a girlfriend from Baby Love Again? I don't have a girlfriend. I haven't had a girlfriend in years, believe it or not. I guess I'm just so introverted that I've never really put myself out there, and I get quite shy about certain things, so I do not have a girlfriend, unfortunately, or positively. Do you mind if guys listen too? From Magnus. I don't mind if anyone wants to watch. Anyone is more than welcome to watch, whether you're a guy, girl, or an alien. I really don't mind, as long as you feel comfortable, and in those moments where you're listening, you feel more comfortable and relaxed and stable, and just all the worries of your day have gone away, then I really don't mind who is listening, as long as it works for you. You can listen all you like. What's your favourite animal and why? From Skye. My favourite animal has always been cats. Yeah, it's kind of lame. It's like I'm not going to say a shark or a giraffe. But cats have always... Cats, I just love cats. They're so cute. And they're so independent, where that they're not high maintenance, even though they can be, but they're not. They take care of themselves and they wash themselves, and all you really do have to do is feed them and pet them and clean their poop. But for that reason I love cats. I really love silver cats. Silver tabbies, ragdolls, even Maine Coons are cool, and Savannah cats are super cool. Bengals. I actually seen a Bengal when I was on my way to college. It followed me and brushed against my leg. I have it on Instagram. Yeah, cats. I like dogs too. I like all animals, to be fair, but my favourite one, it would have to be a cat. If I did like a dog, it would be a Bernese mountain dog or a big dog. I really like big dogs. Okay. What's your favourite food? From Carrot. My favourite food? I love pizza. I love curries and chicken and so much. I'm quite bad for eating the same stuff, like pasta. I love pasta. I'll always eat pasta, and I have it maybe several times a week or once a week, but I definitely have it like once a week. And it's the same with, I try to be cutting down on pizza and stuff, but oh my god, there's so many great foods that I would feel so bad if I had to pick one. I usually tend to stick to meals. I don't have a lot of cakes or sweets. I usually have maybe lunch and dinner, and then a snack at night or close to night, and then that'll do me. I don't tend to have a lot of sugar, and I drink a lot of water. So that's usually how my diet goes. So what's your favourite show by Meowie? I assume you just mean show and not anime. And recently I just finished The Umbrella Academy on Netflix, which was amazing. I loved it so much. I would really recommend it. Number 5 in Klaus is my favourite. And The Boys on Amazon. I really loved that show, which is about bad superheroes. They're really sadistic. I love that. I have anime favourites as well, but I know there's anime questions, so I'll get to them. Okay. Have you ever gone skydiving? From Azumi. I've never gone skydiving. I've seen people skydive. I took a family vacation to Dubai, and I saw people skydive, but I have parasailed, where they take you behind a boat and a parachute, and you basically just glide up in the air. And I went really high. I done it with my dad. And they secure you in real tight, where it's like squishing your legs. You get an amazing view. It's absolutely gorgeous, but you're really high up, so if you're afraid of heights, I would not recommend it. But you can see the curvature of the earth, and the distance you can see. It was so long ago and I can still vividly remember it. Probably because I was terrified, and now it's like burnt into my mind. But that was a lot of fun. Okay. Thank you for all your videos, they help me sleep. Your voice is so good. Have you ever thought about making a podcast? From Isabella. I've never really thought about making a podcast. I'm not really sure what I would do. The only podcast I really listened to was Joe Rogan, which I think a lot of guys, and I know girls watch it too, but I feel like I really lack the conversational skills to be able to uphold and maintain something like a podcast. On the same side of the coin, I thought about doing streaming, but I really don't think I can maintain entertainment by going off script or not having a script in front of me. So maybe it's something I may look to do in the future, but I feel like I'm still finding my feet with YouTube. I make a lot of content, and it's really diverse, from the 10-hour videos to roleplays to sleep videos, boyfriend experience, yandere, all different types. I don't think I'll stick to one in particular. I like doing all of them. I don't really think anyone else does exactly what I do. At least I haven't seen so. They usually stick to one particular type of thing, where it just be boyfriend audios or girlfriend audios, and that's their forte, whereas I guess I'm just like this mixture of boyfriend experience and sleep and comfort and all these different things, but I really enjoy doing them. It keeps it fresh for me. Okay, I love your sleep videos. They're super comforting, and really help with my insomnia. How do you get the breathing to sound so natural? From Scary Gold. With the breathing stuff, I usually have a pop filter in front of my mic. Now that I have newer ones, thanks to the support I get from everyone on Patreon, I can put the pop filter in front of the mic, and I guess you kind of breathe from the back of your nose and throat. You're not really breathing with your mouth, as I feel like it's too heavy. It's too heavy for the mic, and it kind of pops it and distorts the sound. So you're really breathing in from the back of the nose. And then exhaling is kind of exaggerating it, but it's soft enough where it sounds, I just like how it sounds personally. I try not to do it too heavy or breathe too much through the mouth, and make as natural as possible, but it's still kind of exaggerated. I used to put socks, like I'd go get clean socks and I'd put it over my mic, or I would use them and I'd put them over my phone, and I would try and breathe into my mic that way. And I've tried various different things to try and get the best breathing sound, but now that I have the new mic, like take my mic and I'd go under the covers. I'd throw my duvet over and I'd basically just hug my mic on my bed. I've tried all various types of things, but now I have it on a mic stand in front of my desk and I can just breathe and it sounds nice, and it's not a lot of effort either, which is really nice. Okay, how do you record videos? Do you sleep next to the microphone? From Sylvester. How do you make these, baby love? Awkward breathing for an hour. Is it awkward breathing for an hour? From Schlepp. So, I record my videos like I just said. I have the microphone stand, I've done it. I've taken my mic into a closet and I've like hugged over it and hunched over it to get the best sounds. I've taken it into small rooms where I can just be alone and quiet and tried breathing. I've done so many different types of things, and I find best that just having a good mic and having it with a pop filter is just enough. And I don't breathe for an hour. I breathe for maybe 5 minutes. What I'll usually do is record like 4 various ways of me breathing, and then I pick the best one, which surprisingly takes a lot longer than you would think for just breathing. I'm really picky with what ones I choose and how I edit them. But yeah, I don't record them for an hour, that would be too much. I record maybe 5 minutes, and then what I'll do is I'll loop them in Audition, which is a audio program for editing software. I've been wondering, how long does it take to make your videos? Like, do you have multiple scenes and put them in together, or do you just have one from Haley? Multiple scenes. I usually record the script in sections. I don't think I've ever done a perfect take where I do it all in one go. I don't think it's the best to try and record it all at once, because I usually find that I can manage about 100 words a minute, and I'll try and make 1,000 word script or more, and in that way I get 10 minutes. But if I was to do sit, I usually record on the floor. If I sit for too long, it hurts my knees, and I also find that recording for 5 minutes, your voice starts to change. It's almost like you get bored or strained. So I like to take maybe a few minutes, record, take a few minutes, record, take a few minutes, record, and it seems to maintain energy in a nice way. But I usually end up making mistakes, so I have to re-record stuff. I think the best way for me personally is, if I make a mistake, just go back, repeat the sentence again and keep going. Don't just repeat the sentence and then edit it out later. I feel like that takes too much work. It's better just to stop, go back a little and re-record the sentence. Okay. If you were a soup, what kind of soup would you be and why? By So Love. If I were a soup, I would be chicken noodle soup, because it's so delicious. I've been really fortunate where I can travel the world, and I've had authentic Chinese chicken noodle soup, and it's absolutely delicious. For sure, I would not be bat soup though. Screw that stuff. if you could have any pet in the world, what would you have and why? I love savannah cats. The only thing is with savannah cats is they're still kind of wild. And so as much as they are gorgeous, I think they would be a real pain. But I also I keep seeing, for some reason, YouTube keeps on recommending me chinchillas. Chinchillas taking dust baths, and it is the most adorable thing in the whole world. And because of that, I kind of want a chinchilla. Just because they're so cute. And that was from Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. What was your most embarrassing story? From Rain ASMR. Okay, a few years ago, this girl messaged me on Facebook, and we started hanging out, and we hung out a lot. And one time I was at her friend's house, and it was really late, and she offered to make me food. So I was like, yeah, of course, I'm really hungry. So she goes into the kitchen and she makes like noodles, like ramen, and she makes them for quite some time, and we're just sitting in the kitchen and talking. And then when they're finally done, I think she made them, maybe overcooked them just a tad. They weren't burnt or anything, but they were quite sticky. So she got the spoon from the big pot, and since she was cooking for more than one person, it was quite a lot. And as she stuck the spoon in, she like dumped it onto a bowl, and it was really thick, so she kind of scooped and dumped. And she offered me mine's first, so I start eating it. And she's still doing the same scoops and then dumps, and it's almost sticking to the spoon. And for some reason I thought that was hilarious. So as I was like nervously taking my fork into the bowl and put the noodles in my mouth, she was still doing it, and I spat all my noodles in a burst of laughter. It went all over her face. The noodles were stuck to her face, in her hair, and it was like the thick most. Yeah, that was my most embarrassing story. She was not happy, and I was mortified. I can't even explain it. I really can't. I'm so sorry for that. What is your honest opinion of fangirling and simping over you by men? No one has really been fangirling or simping, I'd say. Everyone's just generally been super nice. There's been no crazy, oh my god, I love you, in messages or DMs or anywhere. Everyone's actually been really nice, so I really just see it as support. I just think people exaggerate when they say simping. I'm really thankful for how nice everyone has been. I don't even think there's really been any mean comments at all for months. I think I've maybe seen one in the entire time that I've done YouTube. So I'm really grateful for what kind of community is deciding to watch. What is your MBTI type, if you haven't answered already? So it's like a personality type. Okay, I took a test for this because I had to type out the questions on Google Docs. I can't remember exactly, but I can bring it up on screen and show you. My personality type was more in the middle for a lot of things, where sometimes I could be really good or really bad at something. But there's an introvert and extroverted one, which I was more introverted for, which makes sense. But I do remember I was the wizard. I was Dumbledore on this particular website. What is your star sign and favourite music by Maddie? My star sign, which I'm sure is the zodiac or astrology, or I think it's astrology. I know I'm a Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn between December and January 19th. Yeah. I don't really follow the star signs, but I know that I am one of those. And my favourite music, but I know there's other favourite music questions, so I think we'll do it once. Is there a video that you've always wanted to make but never had? From Zemi. The videos there's definitely the traditional ASMR types where it's non-audio and more object based. One of my favourite ASMR types is wood, like the sounds of wood, whether it be them rubbing together or just tapping on them. I really like tapping. So if there was ever a video I would love to make, it'd be like traditional ASMR triggers. I think that would be really fun. And I have the 2 mics. I've already tried a little of object interaction with water in my water bottle, but I was mostly so excited to try it that I couldn't contain myself, so I included it in a video. So yeah, that would have been my one to do. Do you watch anime, and if so, what's your favourite? By Chill, Melody and Kanji. I definitely watch anime. I have for years. I've watched so many. It's got to the point where I just watch seasonal stuff that's released every few months. Some favourites, there's always the classics like Death Note and Attack on Titan and My Hero Academia, Hunter x Hunter, Naruto. I like some of the other ones like Parasite, No Game No Life. There's so many. I've seen so many. Some of the new ones I like have been Fire Force, which is the ones that do Soul Eater. Yeah, you can really see the art. And that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Dr. Stone and Demon Slayer. I love all of those so much. I can't wait for the movies in the next seasons. Yeah, so many. I like some of the slower ones, like My Bride Magnus? Or something along those lines. Somali and the Forest Spirit, or Forest Guardian. That one was super cute. Like a Studio Ghibli song, type series. There's so many animes that I love, and I wouldn't have the time to explain them all. What are you studying? From Melody. So I am currently a student in college studying electrical engineering. I've been doing it for maybe a year and a bit now. I done it. It's quite a long ride for me. I was waking up really early and then having to get the train, and then I'd get a bus. But the train ride is really nice. I would wake up and get on the train, and I'd sit and I'd check all the comments and I'd read through them all. It was really nice. I have a lot of pictures on Instagram that I've taken from the train. I usually see deer and I ride along the ocean line. It's really nice. I miss that about going to college. Now we're always cooped up in our houses and do everything online, which is nice to be able to get out of bed and just join into the class, but it's not the same. I love the learning environment and being able to see people and interact with them. doing things online and then doing YouTube, I feel like I'm at the desk a lot. So it's really nice to be able to get away and just get out of my room, exercise or take a walk and just get some fresh air and not feel as burnt out. So yeah, what kind of character do you most enjoy voice acting? Soft or yandery? From Marija. I enjoy making a variety of content. As long as I can do things now and then, I really enjoy them. I do want to do more voice acting, but it's really difficult. It's really difficult. I feel a little silly when I try to find this voice register and then stick with it. It sounds really put on. Speaking softly is very natural to me, as it's usually just my normal speaking voice with a slight modification. So it's a lot easier, a lot more comfortable, and I enjoy that. Yeah, I'm always in between. I always like doing everything. I never love one particular thing. Did someone suggest ASMR? What made you start YouTube and why? Did you do it for fun or others help you? Did you have any doubts? Okay, this was the most asked question. So, did someone suggest ASMR? No, I always experienced ASMR. When I was at school, if someone explained to me in a particular way, like bent down to my desk and got near me, I would have like the triggers of the tingles running down the back of my neck. It's like a weird explaining ASMR. Or when the class was quiet and the teacher would hand out like tasks of sheets of paper and stuff, I'd get weird tingles being in exam halls and doing exams, and they would hand out the leaflets and stuff. For some reason, the sounds of paper, and I think it's more people doing things for you. I would experience ASMR. The weird thing is, at the time, I didn't know what it was, and I only really realized this recently. I was like, oh my god, it was ASMR this whole time. But I've always enjoyed audio or sounds. I really like that sense. And what made you start YouTube and why? So, a long time, I'm really introverted, and a long time ago when I was going on holiday or going on vacation, I was really bored, so I joined a chat room just to kill some time. Because I really wanted to practice speaking to people, as cheesy as that is. And so I met a few people, but there was one in particular, and we spent a lot of time together. And it went on for so long, and we would fall asleep together. And we formed a really close relationship. And basically things didn't work out. And after sleeping on call with someone for so long, you become really used to it, and you need it to fall asleep. I'd fall asleep with my phone on my, I'd lay my head on the pillow, and then I'd have my phone on my ear and the exposed side of my cheek, and I would just listen to them and breathe and fall asleep, and it would set me off. And when we stopped talking, I felt horrible. I mean, everyone knows what it feels like. So, to make myself feel better, I was like, okay, I need to do something. I always wanted to do YouTube. So I was like, right, now is the time. And then at the same time, I felt like I don't want anyone else to experience that same feeling of like, it's like when you're staring into space and nothing else really matters anymore, and you feel so empty and alone. So I decided to do my own breathing style for comfort, and that's kind of where the channel came from. I didn't want anyone else to feel that same type of feeling, so I made a video, and everyone loved it. It was the first video to hit 1 million views. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was the second video, which is insane. It genuinely is. Did you do it for fun or to help others? I did it for both. And did you have any doubts? Not really. I just made it. The only doubt I would have had was the doubt of not trying in the first place. I guess that's more regret. Okay, top 5 favourite bands or singers. What favourite genre of music do you listen to on repeat? From Josie and Katie. I love music. Like I said, I love audio. I'm always listening to new music, and I love all genres. From rock, metal, pop, EDM, indie rock, everything. Favourite bands kind of listening to right now would be like Bring Me the Horizon, I Prevail, Silverstein, more like heavier stuff. But I do like a lot of indie pop and stuff like the Wombats and Tame Impala. I can't think of any. But if you come on Discord, we're always sharing music, and I'm always listening to music. You can see what I'm listening to if that's your kind of thing. Okay, what software do you use and how do you make your videos? From Kamari and Ali. So I use the Adobe audio software, which is Audition. I use all the Adobe packages from Photoshop, which I'm learning all of it. I'm still learning all of it, but I really enjoy using all that stuff. So mostly Photoshop for thumbnails and putting all the fan art and stuff that you'll see. I think that's my most favourite part, is using Photoshop over actually recording and editing. But I love it all. The only thing is, with when you're recording and editing audio, you can't listen to music, and you can spend a long time doing that, so it kind of sucks. But when you get into the more visual side of making a video, you can listen to music and you kind of really get in the zone, which are one of my favourite things to do. Okay, any ASMR voice actor that inspired you to start? In general, from Aura. No, there wasn't any voice actor, or it was something I always wanted to do, and I done it. I had a first YouTube channel. It was more gaming. I used to play a lot of League of Legends and Battle Right. So YouTube was always something I've wanted to do. I just never knew what exactly. And I'm really fortunate to be able to get so much attention from everyone when doing voice. I really didn't think this would be the one. It's amazing. Because inspired you. I went homeless for a short time, and I had to live with my sister. So it always feels like in my worst moments, I do something. So when I was living with him, I thought, okay, now is the time to try and keep myself busy and do stuff. So I started YouTube. And that was a long time ago, maybe last year in December, January, no, even further back, maybe September, November, I really started to try and pick up on YouTube. And that's kind of the inspiration. I just wanted to do it for myself. What's your real name and can we be friends? From a god mess. I don't really show my real name or age just because I'm a bit hesitant towards it, but everyone calls me Sleepy in Discord, so you can do that. And can we be friends? Absolutely. You can always join Discord, which is very active and very friendly, and I'm always talking in there, mostly day and night, or whenever I get a chance. I love hanging out in Discord, so you're more than welcome to come in and talk to everyone, and talk to me included. Where are you from? Which country? By Audrey. So I'm from Scotland and the UK, or Britain. I like living here. It's very cold. We don't have spiders or crazy animals like wolves, bears. We have none of that. The scariest thing you'll see is maybe a cat or a dog. It's really, really tame. There's no natural disasters. We don't get earthquakes, tornadoes, thunder. We don't get any of that. It's mostly just cold and rainy, and even at that, it's not all the time. So I really like living here. It's nice, and a lot of the surrounding areas are all old. So, like, it's got a lot of charm to it. Nothing is too concrete. It's very rural, and I really like living here. It's nice. What mic do you use? I want to start voice acting and like to get good equipment for it. Your mic is always so clear. Also, do you get embarrassed shy with some script? So which ones? So first of all, I use my phone mic. I can't remember, it was some Samsung phone that I had. Then I moved to a Blue Yeti, which was really good, but really sensitive, and it'd pick up everything from the house. If you have a really loud place, I wouldn't recommend them, but you can change the gain or like the volume or how much it picks up. So I don't know if it's better for other people. I know a lot of ASMR artists love using the Blue Yeti, but I personally, it's a good microphone, but kind of really sensitive, like it'll pick up things. But the mics I use now are the Rode NT1A. I have two of them, and I really like those mics. I think they're the standard for XLR type microphones. So I don't think you can go wrong with having these, or really any mic, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not super expert. I can only say for the ones I have. I really like these ones though. Do I get embarrassed or shy from some scripts? Not really. Mostly just when I'm editing, but that's hearing my own voice, and I've kind of gotten used to it by now. I only get shy if I hear people. Like, if people were to come in my room, no one knows I do YouTube, because I don't want them to ask what your YouTube channel is, because it's really embarrassing, let's be honest, for anyone to be like, oh yeah, this is what I got, and if they go on it and listen to me being all kissy. So I don't tell anyone. They know I do something, but they just don't know what. So I get quite embarrassed if people are around me and I'm talking. What video are you proud of? Oh, the last one was from Ashley, but what video are you proud of? I like all my videos, there's not one in particular that I'm proud of. Even the ones that have a lot of views, I'm not really, like, I am proud of them, but I'm just as proud of them as some of the other ones, because I'm always learning. I feel like in each one, I know that sounds quite cheesy, but there's always something. You'll see as my videos progress, there's always a new element I try to add, whether it be a new thumbnail or the waveform, so you can see my voice bounce up and down. There's always something I'm learning in Photoshop. So even though some videos aren't super popular, I feel like I learn a lot from them. And I'm really proud of that. That's why, like I said, I'm really easygoing when it comes to certain things. And the last question of this is, why are you so woo? By Reese Q. I guess I just am. There's no really true explanation. I'm just really so gifted. I have been blessed. And everyone loves it. There's nothing more I can say about that makes me so ooh. But that's that. If you managed to make it to the end, thank you so much for being here. I can't thank you guys enough, from a general viewer if you're new or old, subscribing, liking, commenting videos, being a Patreon, being in my Discord, or joining me on any social media. I can't thank you enough. I seriously can't. It's amazing that I am even able to do this and sit in front of a microphone, and I'm really, really grateful for it. I can't thank you enough. If you do want to hang out, my Discord is always used. I'm really active in it. There's a lot of people that love talking and they're really friendly. So, if you haven't fallen asleep already, one last thank you and good night. I hope to do another one, maybe for 40k. This video actually took a long time, surprisingly, just to prepare for. It was still really fun. This is quite different from what I'm used to. I hope everything was good in the video. I kind of off-scripted it, but I think it was nice to be able to give you some insight to the person that I am and who's listening. So I hope you enjoy. And there's not really much else I can say. So thank you for being here, and good night. Hopefully I can do it again sometime.